Here's what I'm talking about, everybody. This guy comes on my page and lies and say men can't win unless the mother's on drugs because he's been losing for 2 years. And I'm going to show you in this video why I guarantee he didn't even attempt to fight the right way. And if you don't fight the right way in a boxing match, you lose. If you sit back and avoid the person the whole time, when they hit you, you're going to get punch drunk. If you don't hit back, they'll never get punch drunk. If you don't fight the right way, you lose. If you're trying to lose weight and you don't lower the calories in, if you still eat junk food and don't exercise, you can't lose weight. You have to do the formula. So let's see how this guy comes on my page and lies and say men can't win, and he's talking to a winner. He says men can't win unless the mother's on drugs. My baby's mom has never did drugs. She didn't even drink alcohol. And she had a 4-year degree, a journalism degree, and worked at a worldwide corporation. Thousands of the guys that I worked with that have gotten 50-50 or full custody. I think in this video, somebody did a testimony in this video. And this guy ignores it because he's not looking for answers. He's looking to whine, cry, piss, and bitch and moan. He comes across a page with answers and he doesn't say, you know what, I feel like I've tried anything. Is there anything left? He doesn't give a shit about his kids. He's wallowing in his own pity and misery and whining and crying and pissing and moaning. I've been at it 2 years. I was in my first court battle for 7 months. I was in my second court battle when the mother was fighting to modify against me for 1.5 years. I was in and out of court for 20 years. You bitch ass, whining, crying, little faggoty coward. Did you call the mother out for her child abuse? Did you call her out for alienation? Did you attack her for being mentally ill, for alienating the child from you? Did you talk about all the science and data that's available? Did you talk about Troxel versus Granville for starters? Did you talk about your state's factors for determining custody? Did you find case law in your state about a dad getting custody? Because there's case law in every state about a dad getting custody. And did you read it and did you pick it apart and use that in court to say, we have the same factors here? In Washington State, there's the Kovacs case where a dad got full custody after being in and out of court in his divorce case for over 1.5 years. The mother tried to alienate him, threatened to move out of state, and they gave him full custody in look it up, Kovacs. There's a link in my flow page to Kovacs in Washington. Just like there's a link in about 20 different states. There's people on here asking me, is there something like that in my state? Or are there laws in my state? I tell everybody, there's links to different states in my flow page. And you don't go look in my flow page and then you ask me, is there any resources for my state? Get off your freaking lazy ass and look. This guy didn't even attempt to do all of this stuff. Maybe he did 1 or 2. I guarantee every single guy I ever talked to has not done the basic 10 things you need to do. Look for the law in your state. Look for case law. Get on the offensive and call the mother a monster and a child abuser and mentally ill. Ask for a psychological evaluation on her. Do a deposition and grill the crap out of her. If she committed domestic violence or hit the kids, did you call the cops? A lot of times, she hit you, you push her off of yourself to protect yourself or the kids if a baby is in your arm. I have guys who have videos of the mother attacking them, and then the cops come out and they don't want to press charges because they're such a little cowardly bitch that they don't want to hurt the mother's feelings, and they don't realize this lady's manipulating and trying to destroy his life. And then the mother's like, oh my God, I could beat this guy up and he won't call the cops. What a punk bitch! I'm going to destroy him. And you say, I believe the term mark was created because a mark is like a target. You're saying, look at me, I'm a bullseye. Walk over me, I'm a bitch. Did you do all those things I'm talking about? Did you get on the offensive from the beginning? Did you start the court case as soon as she showed signs of alienation? If at the beginning she was withholding the kids and the kids go to school, did you go to school and pick up the kids and just keep the kids yourself and then file? Did you go to the emergency courtroom to get an emergency order to make sure that the mother can't take the child out of state and get immediate visitation? That's like 7 or 8 things. Did you do these basic legal 101 first attempts? After you lost in your first hearing, did you do a motion for reconsideration? If it was in front of a magistrate or a commissioner or a friend of the court, did you appeal to a judge? Did you engage in this war of attrition? If you did a deposition, did you grill the crap out of her about the basic fundamentals? Do you think children need fathers? Do you think both parents are important in kids' lives? Do you think both parents are equally important? Do you think both parents should have equal time? And if she says yes, yes, and no, why the hell would you say the child doesn't need something that's equally? Do you starve the child of food and only give the child water? Do you prevent the child from having clothing and only give the kid shelter? Don't you give them both of something when there's 2 things that are equally important? and grill the crap out of her. And then if you lost at a court hearing, you hadn't done a deposition. Did you do a deposition after that, destroy credibility, and turn around and do another motion? If the court departed from the status quo, did you do an interlocutory motion up in the Court of Appeals? You bitch-ass coward. You're on a page where a dad won, and you're sitting there saying, nobody can win because I didn't win. I guarantee you didn't do anything right, and you're not looking for answers. You just want to whine, cry, piss, and moan, and you are the mother effing problem with my freaking punk-ass, lazy bitch gender. You come right across somebody who has answers, just like somebody who walks into a gym, and they got a free personal training session, and they got free pamphlets, and what you have to do is get off your fat, lazy ass, if you're a fat ass, and trying to lose weight, and look at this person lost weight because of this. Or walk up to somebody at the gym and say, you know what, I feel really hopeless. How did you get in shape? And they might say, I had to make up my mind that I'm going to at least dedicate 60 days in the next 2 months. And no matter what I feel like, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do this, and I'm not going to worry about the results. I'm just going to focus on, I'm going to chase the routine rather than results. Guys like this chase the results, and they don't look at, what did I do wrong in my routine? I've been doing this for 24 years. I've dealt with 25,000 cases, and 99.9% of the dads who get on the offensive and grow some balls and don't make excuses like this punk-ass bitch made little diatribe with some bullshit. Guys who did not make excuses, 99.9% of them did something better or got something. Now, some of them got custody. Some of them got 50-50. Some of them were so far behind the 8 ball, they were trying to get out of supervised visitation, and they got out of that. I just had a guy in the comments say he was on restricted weekend visitation. Now he's got 50-50 because he did 6 hours of consultations with me. This guy isn't looking for answers. And I understand being depressed and overwhelmed by the system, because I was there. I was blindsided. I didn't want to walk out to my mailbox and open it up because I was so traumatized by opening up court papers and reading what a monster I was, when all I wanted to do was be involved in the child's life. And I was there for the mother. And I bought her everything that she needed. And I took a second job and gave her cash while she's pregnant. I did everything a dad usually does. And she turns around and tries to get a restraining order against me. And I fought off 2 attempts at restraining orders. And actually, she had a witness come to court who worked at a bank that I was at, and she rummaged through my bank account and disclosed my bank information. And then I complained to her supervisor because she violated the privacy policy. And then she went to court and unjustly got a restraining order against me, saying that I harassed her at her job. That's Mary Beth Solscheid. Her last name is now Mary Evans. She's married to Chemo Evans in Tacoma, Washington, and she works for Washington State Employees Credit Union. And she rummaged through my bank account. And the bank went and got the transcript from the hearing. And then they told me, stop talking to the branch managers and asking them what the policy is. Talk to us in court. And then I've been protesting them off and on ever since and exposing them. And I exposed her on my Facebook because we have some of the same mutual friends. And I showed the court her and her husband's declarations where they tried to destroy my life with my kid. And I got full custody. And now I'm destroying their legacy for the rest of their lives because they tried to destroy my life with my kid. Are you getting on the offensive with all your enemies like that, you punk-ass coward bitch who's excuse making and whining and crying because you didn't fight the right way, you bitch-ass hoe? God, I'm so sick of my excuse. And the fact that you walked across a page with a guy who, I'm the only real father's rights advocate in the entire world. Yeah, there's no help out there for guys, except me. Yeah, these attorneys aren't fighting the right way. Learn how to do it yourself. Oh, that's too hard. Then quit, bitch. You excuse-making cowardly little bitch. You don't look at your results after you didn't try the right way and say, this is the hopeless situation for every dad. But see, this guy probably will never win because he doesn't want to fight the right way because he doesn't have the balls to stand up to his baby's mom. Because I guarantee you, all the stuff that I listed 7 or 8 things, there's still 25 different things that when I talk to somebody, when people do initial consult with me, it used to be an hour, but everybody would always go an hour and push another 5 minutes, another 10 minutes. Let me ask another question. Let me ask another question. Because this stuff is endless. I really could talk. And see, the guy who got 50-50, he said he had 6 hours with me. I've told you guys before, it takes at least 5 hours of consulting with me for people to get this down and learn the right way. Just like anything else in life. If you want to learn how to fix your car or do your own oil change or something, you know nothing about cars, you may have to talk to somebody for several hours about it. You'll go doing something wrong and you call them up. You talk to somebody who knows what they're doing. This guy came across a page where I won. He's lost. And what he does tell me is that nobody can win. You mother effing blind ass bitch coward who doesn't care enough about their kids to use half your brain to look for answers. And when you have the answers, you shit on the people.